You never really know where a single connection might lead. Back in 2015, I met a friend on Snapchat and we stayed in touch on Instagram for nearly over a decade, cheering each other on, swapping ideas, but never actually met in real life. And thanks to that friend, Chelsea, I was actually introduced to Jennifer Schumacher. Now, if you spend even 5 minutes in Jen's orbit, you know what she means when she says, your vibe is your tribe. She has built a thriving real estate business, not just on skill and strategy, but on something far more timeless and really important in a world with AI, relationships. And that's what today's episode is all about. Because whether you are in education, real estate, technology, design, sales, finance, anything at all, at the end of the day, this isn't a story about markets or industries being impacted by AI. This is a story about people, about relationships, and about how we build trust in our organizations and in our communities. But most of all, a world with AI is a story about energy and about how, in a world of artificial intelligence, emotional intelligence is still your greatest differentiator. Now, as Harvard Business Review recently reported, one of the top use cases for AI isn't coding or content creation, it's therapy and companionship. I want you to think about that for a moment. In a world with more tools than ever, people are still craving human connection. So here's the big idea I want to open our conversation with. What do education and real estate have in common? Now, everything, if you understand that the future is about relationships. And maybe the lesson for every industry right now is this. In an AI powered world, your ability to build trust, connect deeply, and show up with integrity isn't just something that's nice to have. This is going to be your superpower, so let's get into it. Today, I am joined by someone who lives and breathes this truth and helps others do the same as well. Jennifer Schumacher is a top 1% realtor in Arizona, ranked among the top 50 realtors in Scottsdale and the top 1.5% in America. She is known for delivering outstanding results and providing a seamless real estate experience to the people she works with. With over 25 years of experience in sales and marketing, Jennifer brings expertise in strategic marketing, negotiation, and client-focused service to every transaction. She has been recognized with 6 consecutive Lions Elite Awards, and she was named a 2017 Rising Star by Real Producers magazine. Jennifer is known for her attention to detail, integrity, and dedication. And today, you are going to see exactly why this is what people say about her. Whether working with first-time buyers, investors, or luxury home sellers, she ensures that every client achieves success with confidence. She was raised in North Dakota, and Jennifer values hard work, strong relationships, and clear communication, important skills in a world with AI. Her passion for fitness, travel, and adventure fuels her drive, and family is at the heart of everything she does. With a commitment to delivering the highest level of service, Jennifer is a trusted partner in every client's real estate journey, and we are so grateful to have her here today on the podcast.
I truly believe the reason why I've been successful in my life is because I focus on relationships, never a dollar. When you focus on relationships and build those relationships with anyone, right? Anyone could be our client, the money just comes.
I am so in awe of since the day I met you and just spending time with you guys, I was so in awe of the connections or similarities between like education and real estate. Because for you, it's those numbers. In education, it's like test scores, GPAs, and all these different kinds of things. And it's that same thing. Like if you focus on the relationship, the numbers will come, but it's very hard for people to like adopt that mindset, like you said. So I'm curious, like what advice you give to people in your industry that might inspire people in the education industry and beyond, how you overcome that mindset. Because I think especially sometimes when people are earlier in their careers or like the culture they're a part of like emphasizes those things, like how do you have that belief that relationships will bring those numbers?
Well, you just kind of have to think about me, myself, and I for a minute, right? We all want to be a part of something bigger than ourselves. We all want to feel like we're a part of something and people care about us, right? And eye contact is huge, right? When somebody's looking at your eyes, having a conversation, you feel their vibe. You're like, oh, wow, I trust this person, right? So you just want to treat people the way that you want to be treated, right? We all learned that in kindergarten, actually. But I feel like if we put the time and energy into doing that, like just be you. That's the beauty of it, right? It's like If you are just you, authentically you, you will attract people that are like you and have your same energy. And it just becomes easier, right? You know, if you just really focus on building those relationships and being yourself. I know a lot of people are like, especially with social media, try to be somebody that they're not, and then you meet them in real life and you're like, oh wow, actually. So I just feel like just be you. It's okay. We all have our quirks, we all have our things, and the more authentically you can be yourself, the easier it will be to be yourself in situations where you can connect with people. We have to, right? It's really important. And I always tell new agents that are, coming into the business, you know, you don't sell houses in your house. You have to be out with people. Like this is the people business we're in, right? We're not really selling anything. We're connecting with humans in the most challenging uh, transaction of their life, right? So it's just really important to make those connections and be around people and just be authentically you.
I love that. And I think like, I feel like people who like get it. But I feel like there's a lot of people that, just the nature of the environments they've been in and whatnot, don't always have like that self-awareness per se. And so I'm curious, like, what advice you give people like that are starting out that are like, I'll literally get people who will be like, well, I don't know who I am. Like, well, what do you mean? Like, I don't know like what that is. Like, tell me what to do because they haven't had that sort of like experience or that time to reflect and whatnot. But like if somebody's like sitting here listening and they're like, okay, well, I have no idea who I am, or I have no idea, whatever. What would you kind of tell them to be able to get to that kind of place?
So I would say if you like to golf, go golf. You're going to meet people. If you like to work out, go to the gym, take out your headphones and meet people. If you like to book clubs, like whatever your thing is that you like, right? We all have something. Go meet people in those things and build a relationship with them. And so the other thing that I started doing in 2018, because I also did not want to be on video. I didn't want to do any of that stuff. I was totally against it, actually. And my broker was like, Jennifer, get over yourself. I'm like, okay. So I started doing birthday messages, literally picking up my phone, doing birthday messages. And now I do them right after the gym. So I'm in my gym clothes. I do not look like this, but sending someone a happy birthday message, it is a game changer. Again, everybody wants to feel like they're a part of something. And when somebody sends you a happy birthday message for like 30 seconds, it literally changes everything. It's amazing. It is probably the number one thing I've done on social media that has uh, allowed me to build relationships with people I have never met in real life. But because every single year on their birthday, I take the time, 30 seconds, to literally send them a happy birthday message, the trust is totally built. It's incredible. So even if you're like, I'm not really the outgoing person, I don't want to go out and do the things, like start doing it on social media. You have 200, 300, 5,000 friends, start to build relationships with them, like a personal relationship. It's right at your fingertips, but you just have to do it. You have to do it. You have to take action.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So like I notice that every time because I'm just a voice message person. Usually because I'm on the road or I'm driving or I'm doing something and I want to get back to somebody. And so I'm a big like voice messenger. And so a lot of people I think don't realize that like LinkedIn and Instagram and like all these platforms all have like voice messaging like enabled within them. But to your point, I'm always so shocked by people's response when I send them a voice message. They're like, "Oh my God, like wow." Like it's just like I think that human connection, right? Like that piece of it that comes out of it. So yeah, I agree that voice but okay, it's really interesting to hear you say that because watching your videos now, I never would have imagined that you were somebody that would have been resistant. And I'm incredibly passionate about video. I would say that I wouldn't say that I was ever resistant to video, but I would say that like I never saw the value of it until I started using it in my class actually with my students. And I was like, oh my God, like people's personalities just shine in a different way when they leverage it. So talk to me about 2018. Like, why were you resistant? And then what was the moment when you finally were able to like see it a different way.
Well, in real estate, everybody's like, you have to be on video, you have to show the houses, you have to talk and be authentically you. And I just was not interested in any way, shape, or form of being on video. I didn't like my hair. I don't like how I sound. I didn't know what to say, right? All of those things that we automatically think every time the camera turns on. But So for me, the like low barrier to entry was like, oh, you know what? I could record a video because if I sound stupid, I could just redo it again, right? In my head. And so, and happy birthday, like it's not that hard. So I just started doing it and it was super awkward at first, but repetition produces results in everything we do in life, right? Whether it's the gym, whether it's whatever it is. And so suddenly the videos started like, it was just so easy to do them. And then I was like, okay, now I'm going to get in front of the camera when I'm showing a house. And it just became easier and easier and easier. And now when I do my videos, I'm just being authentically like who I am. I don't even practice what I'm going to say. I show up to the house, I see what's there, and I just start talking about it, right? So I just think, again, going back to being authentically you, like just be you, start talking. It's just like you're having a conversation with somebody in front of you. Like, how do you talk to them? And just do that.
Now, Jennifer's story about overcoming her fear of video is bigger than confidence. This is about leadership. You see, I think there's like a misconception that when you show up on camera, when you create, when you have a digital presence, that you're trying to be an influencer. But here's what I think most people miss. Influence is not a vanity metric. This is actually a really important leadership skill. The World Economic Forum identified leadership and social influence as a top skill for the future of work many years ago. Not because we need more followers, but because we need people who can inspire, motivate, and move others, especially in moments of fear and uncertainty. And social influence isn't about being loud or having the perfect polished video. It's about earning trust and credibility. It's about being someone others want to listen to, not because you have the perfect answer, but because you can help others feel grounded enough to ask better questions. At Design Schools, we break leadership and social influence down into four key areas: building trust, recognizing others' contributions, encouraging creativity, and inspiring a shared vision. That is what leadership demands of people in the 21st century. Not titles, not hierarchy, but your ability to make people feel seen, safe, and inspired to act. And that's exactly what Jen's doing. Whether it's a birthday message in gym clothes or a market update on Instagram, this isn't about soft skills. This is about strategy. She's not just building a brand, she is building trust and credibility at scale. And one of the reasons this is a challenge is it's often not what we were taught to do growing up, nor is it really what we saw. I'm such a big advocate for video because I feel like, again, people see your personality, they just hear you in a different way. Yet, I do think it is one of the hardest things for many people to do. And one of the things that's not really explicitly taught to you as you're like growing up. And so, I'm curious, like, if you were to think about like educators, schools, and whatnot, what are some like skills? Like, I think, like, like video being one of them, but what are some of those skills like that you feel really matter as they like, let's say they want to go into the real estate industry, like what are those things that they should be really kind of thinking about and building at a younger age so that when they get to that point they're ready?
Well, I think again, it goes back to building relationships. If you can build relationships with anyone, whether it's in person or on video, it doesn't matter what industry you go into, that's going to carry over because people already know you, love you, and trust you. And so now you're just selling a different thing or you're doing a different thing, but you've already built those deep relationships. So again, I would say instead of sending a text to somebody, send them a quick video. I do it all the time, right? No matter what you're talking about, whether it's like, oh my goodness, that was so funny, or whatever it is, right? Just start sending little videos that you would normally text. And the response you get is incredible. You'll start getting videos back because you're making people comfortable doing that, right? So you're doing something cool as well. But video just creates this vibe. Like I can see your eyes, I can hear your voice, and I can feel your energy, you know? It's the next best thing to being in real life. So I would just say start doing videos with people that you already know, love, and trust to break that sort of judgment you have of yourself because the reaction you see in other people is going to blow your mind.
I feel like there's one takeaway from this. It's going to be like, go text somebody a video like right after. It's going to be
Yes.
the
Or
most.
even on Instagram, like whatever it is, like it's incredible. Video is really powerful, and I'm really glad that we all have this ability to do it at our fingertips at any moment in time, right?
Totally. I love what you say about like video and trust. Tell me a little bit more about that because we use those words together. Most people I don't think put them together, but you did. Why?
Because I think when you can see somebody's face and you can see their eyes, it does, it builds trust faster than having a phone conversation. There's something about us seeing people's eyes and faces. Actually, Chelsea Pites does this whole presentation on how our brain needs to see people. And she was talking about like Zoom classes. And when people don't have their camera on, it drains our energy because we're trying to like figure out like, what do they look like? Are they looking at me? Are they paying attention to me? So when you're looking at somebody in the eyes, even on a video, like it just enhances this level of trust.
Wow.
It's remarkable how it works. I don't know all the science behind it, but it's pretty much it's pretty magical. Once you start doing it, you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, wow, that because the reaction you get from people is pretty incredible.
Absolutely. I mean, I couldn't agree more. So hopefully other people take some initiative and are able to go and test and try that too. So I'm like, we've talked a lot about relationships and one of the ways through Chelsea we came together was, AI. I'm curious, how are you using AI in your work and what are some interesting sort of like trends you're noticing with AI in your space?
Wow. So I use ChatGPT every single day, 1,000 times a day. But for me, what it has done is given me, it makes me more efficient, which I'm very happy about. So because I'm more efficient and I'm able to use these AI tools, it actually makes me look like my business is even more spot on. So, for example, um, thanks to you, I now use Fireflies. So I go to a listing appointment, it records a conversation, right? Then I literally get in my car and send the summary transcript, and my client instantly has a summary of everything we talked about, my guys, everything, because I, thanks to you as well, created my little chat bot that I call my follow-up boss. And so doing that, right? I tell my client what's going to happen and then I make it happen. So instantly they're like, whoa, this is incredible. So that tool for me has been an absolute game changer because I also use it in inspections. So it not only saves time, but it actually makes me look better in business. Like, wow, this girl is on it. So I'm all about it. I think we should be embracing it even more. And efficiency is really important, especially in my industry when we're literally running around like lunatics, essentially, sometimes because our day gets so derailed, right? But the AI will keep us consistent and like right on, which is really important in business, right? You have to have consistency. So I think it's a game changer and I'm all about it. I think everybody should take your real estate course that you're hopefully going to have soon so that because here's the thing with realtors, we are so busy and we love all of these things, but we don't have the time, the energy, or the bandwidth to even think about how to build them. But if I can say, Saba, I need XYZ, and you can create that for me, I'm gonna use it all day, every day. Like your little video you made was amazing. I created my own little bot, thanks to you.
So glad to hear that. Like I didn't like I was not expecting that answer, but like I'm so glad to hear it was helpful. And I love that you say that because I do think like it's actually really interesting. I'd be curious to get your take on this actually, like because we're recording this right before International Women's Day. But I'm reading so much, like which I'll kind of say took me by surprise, which just probably speaks to my ignorance. But I feel like I grew up with like a dad who was just like do anything. So like in my head, I've never really thought anything otherwise. And I've got like four sisters, and like he's told us all the same. But there's so much research coming out these days about how women are hesitant to use AI because they feel like they need to work harder. They feel like it's cheating. Like there's like all these different things that are coming out. And to me, I don't know. I don't think it's a technology thing. It comes back to like that confidence and that agency and those elements. But I'm curious when you think about like women in the space, like do you I'm just I don't even have a proper question for you, to be honest. Like it's just I've been seeing that research and I'm curious hearing that, what comes to mind for you?
Well, I think as women, right, we like welcome to society. We do have to work harder. Like, right. We just don't get all the same opportunities. But I I'm a farm kid. I grew up on a farm. I'm a hard worker, right? That's just in me, right? I don't even know what it's like to sit around and do nothing. However, I think it's important for women. Yes, it's noble and great to work hard and be successful. However, if you have these incredible tools that will allow you to spend more time hanging out with your friends, spend more time going on vacations, just doing fun things, like why not, right? You're still achieving success, but you have these really awesome tools that can do it for you, right? Like I love going to home inspections with my clients, but afterwards, when I have to spend 2 and 3 hours typing up everything that just happened, when I can have a ChatGPT bot do it for me in literally 5 minutes and spend maybe 15 minutes in conversation with my clients going over those, yes, I'm still achieving the same success. I'm just having more time to do the things that I want to do for me. Because at the end of the day, yes, it's great to be successful and work really hard, but it's more important for me to enjoy my life, enjoy the success that I've created for myself, right? And time, something you can't get back, but what you do with that time is why we live, right? So use the things, use the cheat codes. It makes you more efficient so that you can live life and enjoy the success that you're creating from working so hard.
Absolutely. I love that. So just so everybody knows, how long did it take you to set that up?
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna exaggerate here, 8 minutes. Because I literally took your video and I pushed play and then I did it and then I paused it and then I just it was so easy. And 8 minutes is seriously an exaggeration. Maybe it was a little bit less. It was the most amazing video ever.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad. It's so nice to have you here and to talk to you. And like I was sharing earlier, I've met so many incredible people as a result of like just being in your space and a part of your tribe. So thank you so much for joining us. If people want to learn about you, buy a house with you, see you, follow you, be inspired by you, and just like all your energy, where can they find you?
On Instagram, I'm at Schu Living, SCHU Living, and on Facebook, Jennifer Schumacher, LinkedIn. I'm not on TikTok, haven't made it there yet, but anyway, all of those other places. And I have incredible agents all over the world that can help you anywhere. So it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't have to be Scottsdale, Arizona. I can help you anywhere. Feel free to reach out.
So, if you would like the video that Jen shared, learning how to create your own custom AI tool, I've actually linked it for you below in the show notes. It's part of our Build Your AI Advantage in Real Estate AI guide. We are living through a moment that is disorienting for a lot of people. Change feels constant, and I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon. And it's not just change in one area, it's like everything: how we work, how we learn, how we lead. But here's what gives me hope: this isn't a closed chapter. This is a story that is still being written. And the people who in this moment choose to lean in, not with fear, but with curiosity, will start to see the things that other people just can't quite see yet. You see, this uncertainty is not a signal to freeze, it's a signal to design. Because the future doesn't arrive with all of the answers, it is created by the questions that we ask, the risks that we're willing to take, and the relationships that we choose to nurture. And when you begin by being this focused on the relationships around you, you actually start creating this future with those very people in mind. And that's what this moment is asking of all of us: not perfection, but participation, and the courage to really believe that something better is possible because we are willing to build it.